What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Can't even lie to y'all guys. I'm starting to get extremely nervous. It's one thing when you can call out what's happening with the interviews and the direction that the channel is going or the network. But it's another when they press the button. They press that red button. They went that way times 10. And they're getting great guests. They're getting good guests. They're getting guests no one cares for. What is the end goal for the JBP? Because the iteration that we once knew and loved is over. It's done with. The main reason I wanted to make this video is because I'm fine with the interviews. I'm not fine with the way they're going about doing the interviews. As important as this podcast is to Joe, can y'all answer me one question? Why aren't the interviews going on the main pod? They're going on all the episodes that people pay for. Why is that? And on top of that, he receives payola from the guest appearing. They don't pay the guest to appear. It's not like YouTube world where people are trying to build their channel up and they get guests that will bring notoriety and subscriptions and an audience to their channel. So they pay those people because of the stature. But on this side, it's the reverse. Joe is the one with the stature in this sphere. And they're coming on his platform in order to get an audience, more of an audience, not to develop one, but to add to their base. It's only beneficial for them because, newsflash, we all already know the Joe Budden podcast isn't successful due to guest appearances. So the guests are more beneficial from this than Joe is, which is why he's putting it behind the paywall. You can't continue to build your product, the one that we all love, and then put the interviews out on the free tier that everybody would need to watch in order to subscribe. But at the same time, isn't that how it's supposed to be? If I was running the business, the people that I would want to interview, you have to pay to see this, because that's what I'm in essence going to do on my Patreon when I start doing my interviews and getting my interview bag. You're going to have to pay to see this content. So I'm torn. I don't know if this is the route that they're going to go down entirely. I'm going to reserve a little bit of my judgment, and because summer is almost over. I'm just waiting for this summer season to get over. Once we enter fall, we'll have completely different news cycles, and with sports being back in play, hopefully we'll get back to the regular JVP. But if not, things are about to change. I'm already seeing the comments on the Patreon. People are saying, I'm about to cancel my subscription. I'm not paying to see these guests. And that's one thing that all these other podcasters and all these other people that do content, they wish they had that factor to where people get frustrated when they do collabs and do interviews. They wish they had that cachet. And Joe is about to, I'm not going to say throw it all away, because he's done it too long and he's built up too much of it to just lose it overnight. But I don't think this is the direction that they need to go in past the summertime. And if you're going to have interviews behind the paywall, make sure it's behind the $10 paywall and not the $25 paywall. Because in that case, at least it'll be reasonable as to why people are paying for this. Imani, you're making me nervous, sir. You told me, well, not me directly, but you told us on Joe's Patreon that you were coming out with your own Patreon August the 6th. I've been checking your Twitter. I'm not on Instagram like that, but I'll check your Instagram too. I haven't seen any mention of it ever since the 6th passed by. Now, I'm getting reached out by everybody else. I know Mark's paying attention because Mark's just followed me on Twitter. Shout out to Mark. And I know for a fact when he comes back, we're going to see a Patreon page, and I'll continue to speak about that content as if it was part of the JBP. And I'm trying to usher you in the same direction, sir, because the lack of confidence that you're showing and your ability to start this off the ground is starting to frustrate me, given that I have shown a lack of confidence, given that others have shown a lack of confidence, and This is why I hold Danny in high esteem. It's easy to be on the other side shooting shots at everybody. It's easy to give the criticism and not have to worry about taking it. But now that you're going to be a main face, you're going to have to succumb to it even more so. And it sucks for you because you take all the jokes on the JBP and you can't really fire off yet. You starting off this Patreon will get you to the position where you can fire back regardless if you hurt feelings or not. A lot of times when people aren't in a place of self-sufficiency where they have to rely on people, and I mean have to, emphasis on have to rely on people, they often deter themselves from even responding to people in the way that they normally would. So once, it's not even money with me. A lot of people equate with what I'm saying to money. You could be richer than me, but if you have to rely on somebody else to get that said income, then you're not quote unquote richer than me. I move autonomously. I literally move how I want to move. I start what I want to start. I finish what I want to finish. You starting this Patreon will get you to that position, and then it'll change how you're seen and treated on the JBP, because that shit is foul, Imani. You should be on the intro. You should have been in the New York Times piece. You're not just featuring guests. You aren't like J1. You appear on this bitch, and they're treating you like this. Starting your Patreon will get you to change the dynamics of all of that, and just still haven't seen it. Made a big hoopla about it on the Patreon. Y'all had a whole segment for it, and I still have not seen it. So I don't know. All I know is that we're gonna throw out more videos on Patreon than we have been. We're gonna throw out more videos on Patreon than we do even on YouTube. I need to start practicing what I preach. So as far as the content's concerned, y'all make sure y'all check into this page daily. This is the first upload of many today. About to use Patreon as my verbal diary and get all these JBP thoughts off. And the next tier I create will be genesis of every genre I want to cover. So if you want to follow the JBP and see what I have to say, and stay tuned for the interviews that are coming to this channel, make sure you subscribe to that JBP Elevated Plus tier, because I'm telling you, before the end of this month, that shit's gonna be popping. And then for everything else, as well as the podcast with my brother and I, and that shit's already popping on Facebook. So it's really me talking to him, trying to determine how we want to do that, because I don't like speaking on the splits with everybody else and how much they should be receiving from the Joe Budden podcast, and then be doing some shiesty shit behind the scenes on my own shit. So we have to decipher how we're gonna break that down. Are we gonna put it on the Patreon, and because I already have a fan base, is he gonna get less of a percentage than me? Or are we just going to split 50-50 and whatever happens, happens? That's the part of the business that I don't like dealing with. And that's why I don't like hiring family members. But every business I have, I put my brother on. And because our landscaping shit went so seamlessly, I'm inclined to do business with him in this route. And we honestly started the content shit before landscaping. So the fact that we'll even be able to put all of this up and people to pay attention to it, it's surreal. And I just want Imani to get that feeling. But anyway, like I said, anticipate 2 or 3 more videos today. This is going to be on the free tier. I definitely got something going behind the paywall, man. Mark, I haven't got off what you said. I haven't got off the Eskimo Brothers shit. We're going to break down why that's important going forward. But I appreciate all the support. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page. You already know what it is with us. Peace.